Baby.
Come on.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good. What up, dog?
The band.
Everyone in the studio. How y'all doing?
Great.
Excellent.
Fantastic.
Well, welcome back to another episode of All Things Behind the Scenes with your girl, Nina Payne. We freestyling in this joint tonight. Did you enjoy the show? Thank you for being here. Look, this show is about all things events. What happens before the event? We talk about what happens during the event, after the event. We talk to some amazing people who behind the scenes who are getting all the things done. So make sure that you enjoy your experience at an event. We also talk about how do you manage and navigate the business of doing events. We talk about all the things, ups and downs and lessons learned and tips and tricks on all things behind the scenes with your girl, Nina Payne. So today, I have a few of my people here from Foundation Management team members, and we are going to talk about an amazing interview that I had with a veteran in the event production business. So first, let me introduce them. Let's welcome Daylonna and Alaina.
Hello.
Hi, ladies.
Hello.
How are you?
Great. How are
It's a
you?
great day.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm really, really good. Thank you for being here.
Good. Thank you for having us.
So let's do
Yes.
this. Let's start with you, Alaina. Introduce yourself to the people. How long you've been around Foundation Management, and what do you do?
I am Alaina, and I've been with Foundation Management for almost a year, actually. And I am assistant to Nina Payne, as well as an event lead. That's what I do.
Really? You just gonna
I
stop?
assist you with what you need when you need help. I try to be there. I try to be there on the double.
So I have some really humble people on the team, and so let me just tell you something about Miss Alaina. Man, I have had some assistants from hell, and I'm just gonna put out from hell. And it is a pleasure to have you a part of the team because you really do help me do all the things. You answer my emails, you answer my phone calls, my text messages in the mid morning, and we're getting a lot of things done. We sent out our first newsletter that I really love this month, and I'm just so excited. You know how you just like mark off a milestone because you got somebody on your team that understands what you're trying to do, and you took it on yourself and did an amazing job on our newsletter. And I'm looking forward to all.
Thank you, baby.
Thank
you.
So, Daylonna, so introduce yourself to the people. How long you been with Foundation Management, and what do you do?
I am Daylonna.
Yes,
and
you are.
I am a salutation specialist. I
Mm.
engage the people. I move the crowd.
Absolutely.
I keep the flow going. I am Daylonna, and I Daylonna.
It's
If
so true.
you didn't know the verb, it's a thing.
Daylonna is a verb.
It's a thing.
It is a verb. I
And-
appreciate that.
And I'm behind the scenes, and I'm on the scene, and I get the job done.
Yes, you do. Yes,
Because if you're working with Nina Payne, that's what you do.
Okay. Big facts.
And so Daylonna is an event lead. She is also an event engagement specialist. And so we are doing a lot of things behind the scenes with marketing and promotion. She is like pivotal in that space. And so I call her our director of first impressions. She is the person that you will see at our medium and larger events that is at the helm. You know, the smile. Come on, give us a smile.
Hello.
She's going to give you the smile. She's going to make you feel like $1,000,000. She's going to do all the things and represent the company really well. And so I'm super excited. Daylonna,
I am so happy to be here.
Yes.
Thank you.
thank you for being
Big ups
here.
to you.
We're raw.
Yes.
So Love Fest. We just have a really great team, and I can't, stop thanking them for doing what they do. So let's talk about our interview with the infamous Shahida Mausi. If you're
Yes.
unfamiliar with her, then where you been? But she is the CEO and president of the Right Productions, and the Right Productions, they manage the Aretha Amphitheater in the city of Detroit, and they're also a part of Black Promoters Collective, which is a new collective that has a lot of partners that are African American, and they travel around and do these amazing concerts in every city. So if you're looking for an amazing experience, you can look up Black Performance Collective, and they are doing the New Edition tour, and they're doing the Joe Scott tour, and they're doing the comedy tour, Mike Epps and Cedric the Entertainer, and it's endless. And so she's a part of that as well. And so I had a chance to sit down and talk with her about her experience in arts and culture, and some really, really crazy stories about things that happen behind the scenes. So make sure you tune in to her interview. But I want to ask you, ladies, what kind of nuggets you picked up from Miss Shahida Daylonna?
One of the biggest things that I picked up from her is that it takes a lot of different characteristics and traits to become a boss lady and to
Mm,
be doing and just being authentically yourself.
mm,
Having faith and moving forward in situations, no matter how difficult they are, and knowing that there is no such thing as a dumb question because every answer is a solution.
mm. Oh, okay. I think she just dropped a nugget. Can I get a little clue sponsor? Every answer has a solution or is a solution.
Is a solution.
Yeah, she did talk about, being a boss and what it takes, the characteristics
Yes.
of being it. And boss is one of those terms that have been, overused, I think, online and in social media. You are responsible
Yes.
of yourself, the tasks associated with your business. So many other people count on you, and so the responsibility alone is heavy. Like there's so much to that. And so she dropped some gems about what it takes to kind of develop the characteristics and what you have to have not just a business but longevity in the business. So make sure you tune in for that. And so, Alaina, what kind of nuggets did she drop for you?
So, one of the nuggets was just presenting yourself in a professional manner in the entertainment space. So, for me, being in the entertainment space, just thinking about how I present and, knowing it's a business, even though you are, entertainment source or an event
Mhm.
entertainment source, it is still a business.
Yeah.
So, presenting professionally.
And I think, although I think that's a good nugget, I think, there are variants of that. And so
Mhm.
professional because professional is one of those words that means so many
To
things,
different
right?
people,
So
to everybody.
presenting yourself
Mhm.
from a professional, traditional professional way,
Yes.
with your shoulder vest on, jacket on, like I maybe minus the shoulders, to how present that. We talk to other people, interviewees, if you will, who present really casually. They are not
Mm,
suited and booted, and they've been able to get the job done.
mm,
It's not a recommendation for success. I'm just saying, do you and what works for you. And so
That's good.
when I was in corporate America, I was suited and booted, three pieces all the time, the heels, the whole thing. And then when I got into entertainment, I still kept the jacket for the most part from a professional standpoint, but I was jeans and boots and kind of thing. And it just kind of depends. And I just want to be
That's good.
careful about saying, presenting professionally from a look standpoint, because I think it says something different than be authentically yourself.
mhm,
And so whatever that means for you, and for me, it's being an expert in your field, right? Knowing
Mhm.
your thing,
mhm,
product or service,
Mhm.
knowing who you are, and presenting that. And so that when somebody talks to you, you're confident about what you can do, and
Mhm.
that helps them to know that you got their back and
mhm.
you're going to do great business for them. And so
That's
I
good.
think in that space, and let's just say, I mean, Shahida is Ne ne n should I say old school? Imma say old school. We're just gonna say
Or
that.
you can say traditional.
She traditional. Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you for
Traditional.
giving me my words.
Sure, no problem. Traditional.
Not to offend, but I just wanna say, in the traditional sense, and a lot of that nowadays has evolved and
Mhm.
changed, and
Sure.
I think that's okay.
Absolutely. And
It's
it's
okay.
good.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I
It's more
think
than okay.
in my encouragement is just to find who you are in the space and just do that. However you want to present, professionally, or the look and everything, just know your shit though. Just know your shit.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's gonna be the highlight of this
And I
particular
like how
piece.
you say that
Know your
too,
shit.
because she even says that at the end when you ask her, like, so how's dating going? And to even be able to say she's presenting, it's like she literally says, like, if you do what you do, you don't have to go looking for certain things. The
Mm.
things that are for you will be there. They will run into you because that's the type of energy that you are vibing on. You know what
Mm.
I mean? And knowing that, like you said, you can wear the blazer and still wear the boots and the jeans because there is no part of the job that is unimportant. And so being able to get into each of those roles and be able to, from the bathroom person, like she stated, to being the boss lady at the top, everybody has a place. There is no part of that that's less than. So just being able to see the opportunity and be present
Mm.
is, to me, is the present that you were talking about. I want to present.
Mm-hmm.
Just be
Mm.
That's
present
good.
though.
That's good. That's
That
good.
is
That's
good.
deep.
That's good.
Mhm.
What does that make you think of, Alaina? Being present in the presence.
Man, just being, like you said, being yourself, being authentic, actually showing up,
Mm.
just showing up for
Yeah.
yourself, showing up for your people,
Holding your space.
Yeah.
Taking up space that you know that you have the right to do that. You know what I'm saying? And how she also mentions that you're not making yourself small. You're not dimming yourself for any opportunities. You're just being authentically you and seeking those opportunities that are for you.
Mm.
So
Mhm.
I really like that,
That's
knowing where your
good.
blessings come from, not using that question voice and all that.
Right,
And
right.
just keeping that
Yeah,
in
it's
mind when we are
important.
out here conducting business and in our personal lives.
Yeah, that's a really, really good point. And thank you for bringing that up, because she did talk about in that presenting yourself, professionally space. Perception is one of those things,
Man,
Mm-hmm.
right?
man, it's
And
just
then
that's
when you're
tough.
right, and you're in a traditionally man-led kind of space where you're trying to make moves, like, and when
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Shahida was doing the thing, like, for real, she was the first person to build a concert at Detroit, uh, the Tiger Stadium, and she did so many different things, and she was moving in a place that was male dominated. And if you're not a woman who can command authority, then you're gonna be looked at less than.
Mhm.
And so there's some suggestions and tips that she gives in the interview, so be sure that you look at that. And so how she presents is making sure that people know that she is in control and she is the
Mm-hmm.
boss
Sure.
and she makes the decisions, and so she shows up confidently, so
Yeah.
and that's super important. How important do you think, Ilana, in professionally perception is?
Man, I think it's really important, but I think it's important, but it also is very, what is it, subjective?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm,
it really just depends on who you're engaging with,
Mm-hmm.
because
That's
some
good.
men, they might look at you and say they know your background, or they know, women like you. So they're going to perceive you in a powerful way, but other men might perceive you, as
Mhm,
less than.
mhm.
So I think, it's important, but at the same time, you can only control it so much. Is, I guess, what I'm thinking of. You can only control me. I'm 5 feet. So there's only so much that I can control for how people perceive me. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
correct.
Like, people that know me, they might say, oh, she's a sweetheart, but she has a strong personality, blah, blah, blah. But if you see me, it's like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like,
She's
Yes.
so little.
so it's like, but it is. It's like, I can't control other people's perceptions of me. So,
No, you cannot.
and that's not my job.
No, it
It's
is
not my
not.
job.
No.
And so that goes back to, and I'm glad you answered it like that, because it goes back to just knowing who you are,
Mhm.
and then you present in the way that you feel is confident and comfortable for you. And but the back end of that is knowing your shit.
I think
Yeah.
it's perceptions of oneself, too.
That's good.
Even just listening to her interview and how she got started from visiting the luncheon and Grant Hill's mom, and being able to see opportunity in that luncheon from hearing certain facts being dropped and gems being dropped about how many women of color are in for-profit business, and being able to perceive that there's a lane that's open for me, and
Mm.
Yeah.
I need to take hold of that and see how this one person's statement really changed my whole life.
Mm.
And then to be able to turn around and then see the young man that this driven woman had delivered,
Mm-hmm,
and
mm-hmm.
be able to get confirmation that, hey, I did the right thing by trusting in myself and having the faith in myself to move forth. So it's not only about others' perception of you, but also just your perception of where you are as a person,
Oh,
because
that's
that is
good.
what we can control.
Perception of
That is
yourself.
good.
Yes.
Perception of yourself.
Yeah, how do you
Damn.
consider yourself?
Yeah.
That's a whole
good.
nother show.
That is.
I talk about in one of the interviews about, whether or not you like you and whether or not you want to spend time with you. And if you don't want to spend time with you,
Ooh.
Yes.
then
Who
why would
else
anybody
wanna
else
spend
want to
time
spend
with
time with
you?
you?
Mm-hmm.
So getting to a place that you do enjoy your time and you
Yeah.
do like spending time with yourself. That's a whole like
Yeah.
mental
Yeah.
wellness, confidence,
Mm-hmm.
insecurity
Yeah.
kind of show that we
Yeah.
might have
That's a
to do.
spinoff of Behind the Scenes.
It's a spinoff, but it's
Those are
so
things that
that's
occur
good.
behind the scenes, though. Some people
Okay.
crack behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? Some
Mm.
people can't take the pressure behind, and that's where behind the scenes comes into play.
Okay, producer,
You
thank you.
feel me? So that's why
But
I'm
you're
like,
right. You're absolutely right. Some people crack.
people put the mask on. You talk about that very
Oh, the
often.
masks. Yeah, I do.
Mhm.
And I think, one of my sub goals,
Mhm.
in all this is that people, live unapologetically themselves, but also in doing so, they're able to pull off some of those masks. We put
Mhm.
those masks on, and those masks have protected us in certain instances and situations. We put on this mask so that we can be comfortable talking to people, and we put on this mask so that, people don't berate us and make fun of us. And so we put on another mask. And so after a while, especially when you get older, you have like, 10, 12, 15 masks on.
Yeah.
So you have to start working, right? Doing the work to remove those masks as you start to become who you're comfortable with and who you're confident in, knowing who you are, spending time with yourself, self awareness, self healing. And next thing you know, you're wearing the mask that God gave you, which
Yeah.
is your own self, right? And you're
True
showing
self.
up authentically you.
Yes.
Man, if everybody could get that, man, because when you're you walk in the lane you're supposed to walk in.
Yeah.
I walk in the lane I'm supposed to walk in, you, and we're all walking together, and we create the synergy of getting
Yes.
things done and taking care of one another, and all of those things work together. It's when we try to be somebody that we're not, things
Yeah.
get all out of whack because
Yeah.
you're supposed to be over there doing that and you over there doing somebody else's thing,
Mhm.
which is not you.
Yes.
And so I'm
Stressing
super
yourself
passionate
out doing somebody else's thing.
and stressing everybody else out because
Yeah.
you in the wrong
You're in the
lane.
wrong
Get out
lane.
my
Get
lane.
out of my lane.
Mhm.
You know how you in the fast lane and the slow person in the fast lane,
Mhm.
That's
and
right.
you wanna go vroom vroom, and they are in the way, and you can't
Mhm.
even honk. You trying to put on your brights, and they acting like they don't see it. All of that. You
Yep.
know you in the wrong lane, dude. Get out the lane.
Get out the lane.
And that's the same kind of concept because when we operate in the way we're supposed to, we just move better
Mhm.
and we move more efficiently. And so
Yes.
thank you, ladies, for contributing to this conversation. I really appreciate it, Alaina and
Excellent.
Thank
Daylonna.
Thank you so
you.
much for having us again.
Look,
Yes.
we do these behind the scenes kind of rechecks, recaps, because it's
Mhm.
super important to get perspective, especially intergenerational perspective on just the things that the interviewees have said, and so many nuggets, so many interesting facts, so many stories of triumph and entrepreneurship. And so make sure that you take a look and listen to all of the interviews that we have done thus far. Excuse me. So, thank you again, audience, for joining us for another episode of All Things Behind the Scenes podcast. I'm your host, Nina Payne. So, if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to follow us, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you can be notified when we drop each episode. You can also follow us on All Things BTS podcast on Facebook and Instagram. And we welcome all the comments. Let us know how we're doing. We love hearing from you. So until next time, remember that the only thing that you can guarantee about an event and life is that it will change. So let's continue to change with it. Be blessed. Have a good day.